All right, dudes, everybody, trying this out. We're going live for this night's sharpening. I was gonna do a Thursday night grind of something, but there's just I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I got a bunch of stuff to sharpen, so I just decided to do a live sharpening for the first time, mixing it up. Feel free to interact with me in the chat if you want. Please let me know where you are in the world. And without further ado, I have no idea if this is working actually. So if you happen to find yourself in here, if you could just let me know in the chat if you can even hear me. And let's get grinding. First up, I got a box of stuff here. So I'm gonna slide this into my cart. I already did the serrated blades in here, but I have some other stuff. I have just keep it all together. A couple serrated blades are done. I got some updates coming on serrated blades too, which I'm excited about because those videos have gotten some good feedback. I'm gonna get my shop apron, and you are actually kind of right in the way, but don't worry, I'll work around you. All right, so I tried this. Headset to see if it would still give you some sound, and I could move around the shop. And I'm wondering if it's any good at blocking out any noise. So I'm going to run my gums while I'm sharpening. Turn on my dust collector, make sure my blast gate is open. Fire up the sander, hit the light. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to go back and check this out to see if this is even worth doing. First up, we got an 8-inch Cutco. That could be a little more than 8, actually. The edge is a little beat up. I got my 120 grit aluminum oxide belt on my 1x30. I'm going to zoom you right in. I'm not going to mess around with the camera a whole lot, as in like moving it around. Sorry about that cord, but such is life, you know? Does that focus in on me? Let's not do that. Boom. All right, let's cut a new bevel on this thing. Going up against the platen. I got some stuff to share on platens too. Sorry, I thought you were getting a bunch of noise there. That actually put up a burr on one side. There's a few chips in here to work out. I usually don't use aluminum oxide belt, but and actually that's why I love these platen backers. It's sweet. I'll have more on that to go through, but a few passes on the platen. Put up a burr on each side. Burr pass on the slack belt. Check that out. Almost there at the tip. And I like to do my final pass on this side. So I put my burr up on that side so that when I move to my next step, it's easy. Got a little, 7-inch Sentoku. Can't tell if my mic's hitting that light or not. Sorry about that. All right, look at that. In one pass, it's coming right up. There's a little chip, two little chips. We're going to do a little bit more work on that Sentoku. That's looking real good, actually. So slack belt. Same black belt. Right? Last up is a little paring knife. Yeah, that's been easy. I'm using the platen here, but I'm going real light. And actually now I'm starting to put a burr up, going to go to slack belt. Again, too light, but I'm there. Feel it warming up a little bit. Just a little more at the tip. The heel needed a little bit on this side. All right, that's good. Turn that off. Switch blast gates. Fire up the work sharps. They're all at 21 degrees. I'd like some feedback on this system, if you don't mind. What do you think about the multiple work sharp system? I'm sorry about that cord. Yeah, someday when I'm a professional, I'll have a better setup for you. Feel free to comment in the chat. Yeah, there's a few people in here. Thanks for being here. If you're just joining, I just got this first batch prepped on the 1x30. Got a Cutco right here. So one pass on the course belt. I can watch the burr on this, which is nice. On a rare occasion, I'll take a pass and I don't see the burr come around. Hold on, I gotta stop talking. And I gotta go back and work it. All right, so a new thing I'm adding too, thanks to the guys in the guild, is a nice little just a wooden block there. Are you able to see that? Oh, you can't even see that. I'll show you in the future. Anyway, it's just a wooden block there that I'm pulling the dust bunnies off with. Little metal plate. That's nice. I should get rid of those. All right, now we're so passing each side on that fine belt. Now we're moving over. I got a leather belt on here at the moment. The leather belt, I meant to dress it again with the, I'm using the Tormec toning compound on this. Pass that way, and then I'm feeling good about these. All right, I think you're able to see that. Let me show you that. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see that block for the next go around. So, custom EDC knives, question on the 1x30 on mine. No, Grizzly does make one with a variable speed motor, and I'm coming around to those. A couple of guys in the guild have been talking good about the variable speed, and you'll see it. I actually took the plate off of mine. I got this spinning shaft here. I'm racking my brain on what I'm going to do with that because I feel like I'm just, it's a spinning shaft that's not getting used in my shop, and I don't like that. And hold on one sec. In case you're thinking about it, custom EDC, man, I bought one of those motor speed adjusters from Grizzly. Like they're designed for routers. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work, and it didn't work. Doesn't work on any of them. These are induction motors, induction AC motors, and it doesn't work. But man, I was hoping I could just slow that thing down a little bit for a different project I'm working on. But yeah, if you're just joining, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so I went from coarse to fine. Now I'm gonna, you see this Yeah, there you can see the top of it. I like to pick a new spot. Thanks for that, Jason. But since you can only see the top, that's just gravity, right? Nothing major there. And pulling those little metal flakes off. Yeah, if anybody is here, if you're in the chat, could you just like let me know if my audio is actually coming through? That'd be cool. This is a new thing for me. Or is all of this so loud that it's all just garbage? One more pass on the pond, over to the weather. Audio is working. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Beauty. On to the paring knife. Just coming in. All of these are set at 21 degrees. Oh, and I'm interested. Like this is, I think a lot about systems and sharpening, and this is a system that I'm kind of settled on, obviously, right? But is it a good one? Like, is it the results, the cost, the time, like the efficiency? Is it all good, or is there a better one? Like I'm challenging this system, and I'm having a hard time coming up with something better. Even if I design my own, right? Like I've got these, had some conversations and these ideas about using multiple 1x30s. I like that. Even like using the 1x30 frame, but have a single motor that drives several belts. I like that too. But like, is it going to be better than this? And is it going to be any cheaper, faster, stronger? So, sorry, Mom. Some of you guys like to, here, how about this? Just, I still like to just check my work from time to time. You know, I don't do it with every knife, but these are coming out good. I know a lot of people like the cut test, so that's pretty smooth, right? So like that's what I need to do. I need to do better than that, faster. And I don't know. That's why I'm having a hard time coming up with a better system. It's a better system to not make a mess out of all this. All right, what's going on in here? All right, audio is sometimes not clear. Thanks, Tim. Doug says it sounds okay. Yeah, dude, Jeff, unpack that work sharp, bud. That thing, it's a good time. Doug, I'm working the. I got a 120 on the 1x30. Using aluminum oxide now, just because I'm sitting on these belts now. I just got to grind them up and get rid of them. It makes some space. And then I got coarse, fine leather strop with the Tormek paste on it, which is actually working out all right. All right, so you like, this is the reason I'm doing this. Got a lot going on. So you're coming over with me, if I can get you over to me. We're going to the sink. We're going to do the whole process with you today. Turn off the dust collector for this. I was wondering if that too for the audio is not coming through. Is it because there's too much background noise for this mic? It's just cutting everything out. Oh. is all that stuff that I generally find to be too boring, so I don't include anything Thursday Night Grind, but it's all part of the system, you know? Got to do it. This was the toughest part starting out because I didn't have all this down here, so I had to put all the knives in a basket, take them upstairs to the kitchen, you know. Like, oh, then I got to do all the dishes in the kitchen or to do to finish up the knife. Oh man, I got a picture from Les today in the guild about his sharpening setup, and I just love it. It's like a little spot, and got his bench. I got a whole operate. You know, it's just a little thing. I love it, man. Like that's where it all starts. Reminds me of being in the back corner of my basement on the other side of here. You know, just me in the damp, dark back corner of my basement, starting my sharpening business. But now I got a whole sweet little room going on. And it is banging. Oh yeah, I'm really excited. I just had I was connected with Nick Loper again. Some of you might know him from the Side Hustle show. He's put together a course. TheTrafficCourse.com is where you're going to find that. I'm not sure that it'll put up a website at the moment. He's kind of dripping it out to his beta students at the moment. But if you are at all interested in the content Nick puts together, which if I imagine a lot of you are, I am, then you might want to check that out. He was also kind enough to stay on the line for a few minutes to provide me a conversation and some content for the guild, which I'm really excited to publish here in the near future. We talked about, I asked Nick if I could pick his brain on how to get the first random customer. And because, Nick Noper is a host of the podcast, the Side Hustle Show. It's got a sweet website, Side Hustle Nation. Talked to a ton of people doing a ton of hustles. So I figured he's got to have a bunch of ideas on how to get the first customer. Just catching up here, Doug. Like the idea of the strop with the Tormek paste. It's still a little messy. I should show you the way that I'm putting that paste on there. If you do it the way that you would for a Tormek, where you just kind of lay a bead on it and then rub it in or something, it makes a big mess. But I've been doing it different where I put it on and then rub it in, like, and just move the belt by hand and rub it all in with my finger, which I'm probably going to adapt for the Tormek as well, because I really like that. Gets the paste in there all well. Here, I got to back you up again so you can see what's going on here. This is the other part of the nitty gritty where we're now doing the wrapping. Also putting a few of these in guards. Well, actually, I'm going to put them all in guards. Little trick for you. Hitting a staple in the middle here. Makes for a tighter fit for these thinner blades. Where I only have to buy one size sleeve. And then that'll fit. There's that. Got my little thank you notes here. This is going to keep everybody's not share names here. Thanks so much for letting me work on these knives. I hope You love them. Exclamation mark. Cheers, Matt. Had a nice talk about aprons as I'm fishing through mine to make all this happen. Someday I'll have a videographer and the camera can move around with me. But for now, you got to look at my back. I do have that feeling like I'm rushing. Why are you making me feel like I'm rushing? Oh, bench knife here. It'd be embarrassing if that wasn't sharp, wouldn't it? But it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Some of you guys will know what's going on here. I'll leave that to the a little teaser for the guys in the guild. What was that I just tossed in there? Came up on our phone call last week. We had our monthly phone call with the guild, which is always a hoot. So much going on. Like talking like everything from like fundamentals of sharpening up to 3D printing and certain applications. All right, these go on that shelf they picked up today. Okay, let's do. Oh, look at this one. I'm not going to do this tonight, but it's on the list. Oh yeah, let's bring that thing back to life. I put it on the wire wheel when I first got it in. Sabre Japan 631. Checking, make sure there's no conversation going on here. Yeah, I think is that what you meant, Doug? You want to see what that thing is? Doug Rose. Show us the thank you card. So it's like I just made a thank you card 4x6. Had a dude help me make that up. Actually, worked with a local guy, which is awesome. And I've write my little note there. It's got all my info. Sweet touch. Okay, back to sharpening. Got a whole roll to do. Meet you back at the bench. I wonder if we can get around that cord going this way. Not really, huh? That's moderately inconvenient. Oh no. I think my video just clipped out, but we're back. All right, so here we go. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, it's a nice touch. Just a nice card. All right, so here's a nice little roll of knives. Just spin you back. I'm gonna pull them out of the roll, run them over the 1x30, and then put them in my cart. All right, so here's where it's gonna get loud again. Let's do these. They're pretty easy. So they're not in terrible shape, but they get used a lot. partial burr put up. Getting there. Well, I don't like these aluminum oxide belts. Pretty much already cooked. I might swap it out and do that for this one. I got to be getting this in one pass, you know. All right, but I do have a burr over there. And I got a burr there. I'm going to take it. Like I said before, I like finishing on that stroke because then I see the burr come around when I put it on the workshop. Next step. Anybody wish they had a bigger shop? Usually run out of space, you know? All right. I'm going to go back to ceramic. This is an edge core ceramic 120 from Red Label. Yeah, we got a call in the guild coming up with Cliff from Curry's Custom Cutlery. One thing I'm excited to pick Cliff's brain about is belts. He swings belts out of his shop. I feel like there's always more to learn about everything. And for me, belts is one of them. So if that sort of thing is interesting to you, make sure you check out guildofsharpeners.org. Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. Mostly, it's just more for good measure. All right, stick it right there. Push the bird back to this side. Good. Okay. All right, take a pass. It's getting a little wavy. He's going to have to straighten that out. Slow down a little bit. Slow is fast, they say. I feel a fillet knife here. Just flat though. Good. Got a burr on that side. A burr on that side. A little paring knife. Got a burr. Maybe a little chip there, but no, we're good. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Victorinox knives can be a little tricky because the handle gets in the way. Gotta bring the angle up a little bit to get around that. Do one more. Got a burr there, but it wasn't great on this side. Ah, we're talking. Last one. Really. Alrighty. Blast gates. Nothing else going on in the chat. Feel free to weigh in on anything if you have any questions at all. I'm going to lower my angle here, going over to the 1x30 progression. When I get that, am I going to get that? Get that block in on it too. Again, doing all these at 21 degrees. So the course value, you can see the hole curve come up. Again, with this Victorinox, it can be tough because of that handle, so you got to get it, kind of get right down on that bottom pulley with the blade by the heel. Pass on the block. Kind of like sighting right down at the forwardmost outside perimeter of the back pulley there is to be my spot where I guide the knife. As you go towards the center between the two pulleys, the belt will deflect a little bit and change your grind moderately from a closer to a flat, where the belt is flat, to a more on that. You might see it here on this one. I'm actually taking my last stroke on the leather a little bit more in the middle. Make sure I get that leather. Make sure I get the full edge of that. I'm not super worried about it pushing or rolling over. I want to make sure I refine the very edge of that knife. So I'm happy to go just a little bit more convex and flat. Are you able to see all the flakes over here? This is a downdraft table. Where that? That's what we're taking off on that block. Yeah, Doug asked, how do I keep my temp on the work sharp? I think you mean temperature. Tempo. That should be tempo. So what do you mean then? Like tempo. Oh, you mean like this? Like why am I not like hauling across the belt? Because I want to. Right? Yeah. Slowly fast. Or do you mean the belt speed? I know you know about the belt speed, but for anybody else, this is a little dial down here by the handle. Yeah, how do I keep the pace so slow? Yeah, I love you, man. Like, I don't know. I totally get it. Totally get it. But I definitely am inclined to want to move faster. We did have we had a call with the guys from Worksharp a while back, and they said they find to be a nice pace about an inch per second. That was in a temperature discussion. I've actually never really had a temperature issue on these belts on these machines. Even going as slow as I am, really barely warming up. You can feel them warm up on the 1x30 way more than you can feel them warm up here. Doug, try doing it like in front of the camera. Oh man, definitely makes you want to speed up even more. Sometimes I wonder if I don't get a nice result, if it's because I'm moving too fast across the belt, or reminder to slow down, enjoy the process, you know? But at the moment, none of the machines are shocking me except this one. So there is something going on with the leather. It builds up a little more static cards than the other ones. It's not bad enough for me to have to put on my wristband. But it has been in the past, and when I put it on and clamp it onto the table, that has been good enough to prevent me from getting shot. Static buildup. That block is almost filling up, so I'll show you what my plan is. Next up is a paring knife. So I'll just do this first. When this faces wear out, I'll flip it. When I wear them all out, just run it back to the shop and take a little bit off with the saw. Okay. Hey, years in this block. Yeah, so this is another great question. On this strop, Doug's asking which side is the best. I would love to be sharpening on the other side, but so right now I have inside here, suede side is going around the pulleys because I oiled up the strop this time, which makes it more supple and it flows. Look how like it's flowing pretty smooth over the machine, which is great. And I think that's because I gave it a lot of oil. The downside is because I oiled it so much, when I flip it inside in, there's not enough friction on the drive pulley to spin the belt, so it won't go. So two things I'm working on there. One is I bought another strop, and I'm going to try to just oil the suede side and use a compound. I think I like that better, but I haven't done it yet to know. And then I can soak this belt, clean it, and try all over again. But when I'm doing that, I can't sharpen, right? So, like, great question, Doug, and I'm still working on that. I'll tell you what, though, man, that Tormex paste on this inside of that strop, like, it's not bad, man. I'm getting good results with it. Probably, I could let it go, right? But that's not how I roll. Oh, look at that, brand new wood. I really like that. By the way, I think Doug, you started that in the guild with the felt walk, uh, which I still will get because now I'm kind of into it. The wood is working well, but again, just perpetually curious. I do like getting those little flakes off of it. Right, like there's the power of the community. Like I hope I never come across as pretending to know everything about sharpening because I don't. But when I associate myself with people who are also interested and passionate about sharpening, then inevitably I'm going to learn more. Yeah, like Ken today, like Ken, like his first batch of knives, like came out awesome. He was sharing with us his journey, and he's got some skills on the buffer. And that's like I have a buffer, and I started doing it, but I don't have enough time or experience on it to really know much about it. But again, that's a whole other thing. Like with all the different wheels and compounds you can put on that thing, so many different things to explore. It'd be nice to have a relationship with somebody who's already done a lot of that exploration and willing to share that knowledge. So thanks, Ken. Yeah, Doug's got a great idea. Like rough up that skin side. Yeah, I think that you meant so that it would grab on the pulley, but either way too, like rough it up, and then it'll hold that paste a little better. And yeah, and commenting on the value of the Formex paste over some alternatives. That's still my first tube, right? Maybe it's like $20 a tube or something like that. It doesn't break the bank. Couple more to go. I'll share with you too. Like, this is fun, right? But I don't want to do this all day. It's fun. I got a batch of knives, a couple batches of knives. Good time, something to explore. But I don't want to be a production shop. Like having all the versatility of CDs and go through scissors, just fire up the buffer and learn something about that. Sharing that as like, well, this like there are no shortage of people that go full time sharpening. It's also a very worthwhile sign up there. I almost didn't even sharpen in that. I was feeling a little tired. I was feeling up to doing a TNG with video editing and all that, but I had all this stuff on the bench, so I was feeling kind of backed up anyway. So on the new one, go live. Try this. That was kind of my thought for 2021 anyway, just like with the videos and the TNG, just myself the freedom to do whatever I want rather than stick myself with something. It's kind of a good way to live life anyway. You see we got a 12-inch chef knife here, and this downdraft table gets these machines just about the right distance apart to be able to handle this knife. This is about as big as what generally comes across the bench. But I wouldn't want to, if I had to stack my machines closer, then I'd be kind of monkeying them back and forth, which is doable if I were a smaller table. But as I'm thinking through like a, if you're to take this system mobile or something like that, having that sort of space is pretty good. Remember, just using gravity there. Oh, what's up, John? Glad you made it, man. Good timing, dude. He's talking about making this thing mobile. And to pull it off. So the question to ponder, Doug, would be with what frequency do you apply that new paste to this belt? And I think it's more often than I am. I do notice an increased performance when I do put a fresh coat on it. Well, there's only one knife to go, but we've done a bunch. Let me just show you what I was doing for that. This is the what I was referencing, where I'm kind of rubbing it all in by hand, finger, rather than just laying a bead on it and then rubbing it in with a. Tormek uses recommend like a drill shank or something. Smooth piece of metal to get all that compound into the belt. But after doing this from this belt, well, of course, if you lay a bead on this belt, it's moving fast enough so that it just throws the compound right off of it. So I think I might just adapt this to the way that I do the Tormek leather as well. All right, wash my hand. Last one. Yeah, Doug, that wood block. I came from a neighbor, came from Rick's sawmill. You probably noticed that's mentioned as, that's not something you go pick up at a hardware store. Rough lumber that ran through my planer, and white pine is a species, but that's just because it's what is readily available. I think a softwood is a good choice for this application. You're darn right, bud. I planed that up in the shop with some wicked sharp planing knives. All right, that's it. All right, so we're at an hour here. I just wanted to run, check something real quick. That was like 30.
Okay, I mean that's about $100 worth of sharpening right there. This is a little different because these knives I do for a restaurant, but yeah, I mean, and I still gotta wash them. I'm not gonna wash them with you, but I don't know, man. For this side hustle thing, like come down to the basement and turn it into $100. Like, I'm still kind of a fan of it. Like, kind of works. Takes some work though, doesn't it? This didn't just happen. Okay, that's it. I'm signing off. If there's anything else, make sure you leave it in a comment now. Otherwise, I appreciate the number of you that came here, and maybe I'll do it again sometime. So thanks so much for showing up. And if you're catching this after, I hope you gain some value from it. And I'll probably see you next week. I don't know. We'll see how things go for the next. I think we're up to 60 episodes here next week. So awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, Doug. Pleasure working with you, man. Peace.